So then after I kill this guy,
JK.
after I tear his head off, I just pour his blood at the
The dragon falls to the ground dead.
Yes.
You each get 5,000. Wait, what?
I have no idea why the
Guys, that
internet
was
dropped.
crazy.
I'm sorry.
It bees like that sometimes. It's weird out here right now.
Yep. Where were you?
We were
Walking
heading
to
the
town.
We were walking back to town.
Maggie was looking at her book.
Oh, yeah, I was
you
looking
look
at my
through your book. There seems to be some hastily scrawled notes. Lots of very quick descriptions and drawings of things, including what looks like a collar of some kind, some sort of potion that had an eyeball in it, a music box, and some quick sketches of runes. Okay.
Yeah, I compare notes with Perrin if he's into it.
Yeah, I'll compare and fill in some gaps. Oh yeah, and then I'm also like, oh, Gatton, do you have 2 carved boars on you?
I'm like, curious.
Oh, is Pietro okay?
Oh yeah, he's fine. No problems.
I let
like-
Pietro out because he's probably been in there for a while. I put him on my shoulder.
I'm like just sort of like scoop out the Pietro leavings, you know. I'm all like the Pietro pellets.
The little
You gotta
Pietro
do that.
droplings.
Oh.
I am like, perhaps you can use these as a reagent of some sort.
I take them and I put them in a pouch.
Okay. Sure. Pietro settles down nicely and really appreciates coming back and just snuggles into you. Going back to town, do you take the road?
I think so.
Yeah.
We don't have a reason to go off the beaten path.
Whatever the easiest route is, because we're all exhausted. Me doubly so.
Yeah.
It's about midday by now. You're going to take a lot of time to get back because Gatton's speed is half, if I recall correctly, to exhaustion. So
I mean, you tell me, man. I don't know.
It says on the sheet. It says on the sheet next to your exhaustion too.
Speed halved.
Yeah. So instead of taking you about 2 to 3 hours, it's going to take you about 5 hours to get back. So when you get back, it's going to be evening. So with many stops and a slow trudging pace, you make it back. You're all very tired. You do definitely pass a couple of people coming from town, most of whom you don't recognize.
Oh yeah, because they're all here for the tower.
The news is I just remarked the news is.
Does anyone
spreading.
look suspect?
Make an insight roll.
Make a what? A perception?
Insight.
Insight. Okay. I'm not the greatest at insight.
You did say we'd like wrapped
10.
up the sheriff's body, right? Or am I legit just like walking down the middle of the road holding the dead
I
lawman?
don't think you have anything to wrap him up in off the top of my head.
We had the crate though,
Well,
because
like-
it had
well,
all the weapons in it and stuff.
The coffin, yeah. If you want to be
Yeah.
carrying a coffin with you.
Well, I mean, we all have like a tent, like, you know what I mean? Like we have like that sort of stuff. So
Yeah, if you've wrapped
And
Just
bedroll
cover 'em.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just try to,
Um,
well, more respect more out of respect than duplicity. But yes, theoretically, it should look like I'm carrying a bedroll or a sleeping child, other than like a dead
People
gnome.
definitely give you some weird looks, but most of the people who are coming down the road don't want to interfere with you because they have other priorities right now. However, you do see coming towards you with a small cart full of a lot of odds and ends of a big tarpaulin over it, Blablin, who's very like. Oh, hello.
Making good use of the information, I see.
Yeah, I was going to set up a stall in front of the. Did you go back in again?
I make a
Why
look
not?
like no, but we totally did.
Just be careful out there. There are bandits in the area. It'll get busier and they'll start to be more careful, but there's
don't-
probably some around.
Don't
In
worry.
fact, we know there's 2 around. I say, looking at our friend.
I have myself a greater mark. I'll be fine.
I saw
but
Mahira
still,
the
you should
barkeep.
still be very careful. Oh, we might have something that you will want.
Ooh.
You see a glimmer in his eyes, suddenly like,
I look at
Okay.
Perrin and the rest of them. Do we want to give him the trick potion thing?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, I do.
Okay. I don't remember who has it on them.
But say maybe we should sell the figurines before we before we swerve him with the potion.
Well, the potions, potions in general are like 50 gold or more.
Okay,
so
yeah.
Depends on the potion. That one has a list price on it.
Okay.
You lead with like the boar figurines, and then you go for the potion.
Okay. Well, you guys
I'm
can decide whoever wants to do it. I am not a charismatic character.
You,
And I also hate
neither am I.
Blablin, so...
This is me. Right.
Yeah. Let you haggle, because I just like use threats.
You don't want me to be haggling. We're not going to get very far.
Yeah, I like sidle up like, well, we do actually have a couple of things we've gathered from our adventures already that you might be interested in purchasing.
Mm-hmm. Go on, tell me more.
We have two boar carvings, very nicely done, that are actual items found within the tower. They are essentially carved by the traveler.
Wait, I did not see those. Let me see them.
Because I actually didn't know about these, so I grabbed them back. I thought we were going to give them the potion.
I hand one to Arena, one to Blablin, so they can both get what they want to get.
Can I tell anything about them?
Make a history check or an Arcana roll.
I did Arcana before.
You don't remember it though, so whatever you want to make.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it would be a flat intelligence to make a carving check, or it would be a Arcana to make an Arcana check.
Okay. I can also do history too. Arcana. 15.
They don't appear magical.
Okay.
Give you 5 gold each for these.
I think that sounds quite reasonable.
I'm going to treat art. They are under the classification of art object. I'm going to treat art object as effectively just.
Do I think that's a fair price?
I'm going to give you art objects are always the list price, because otherwise they're going to be a pain in the ass.
I thought they were worth 10 gold piece.
10 gold together, 5 gold each.
Okay. Cool. Fair. I thought he was trying to scam us.
Not for art objects.
And I nod at Perrin like, that's a fair price.
Alright, I'll hand over the 2 and take the 10 gold. Shall I split it? Do other people want some gold?
Anybody can hold on to it, I don't really care.
I would want to ask him, so
Yes,
I don't know if you like this cloak I'm wearing and I like to let it billow for him. Like, watch this. This is awesome. And I just let the cloak billow by itself.
Okay.
You're gonna give up your billowing cloak?
Well, I just want to see how much, like, what do you think something like this would go for?
I get you.
I got it from the tower.
Let me have a look. Let me have a look at quickly what I've got in my notes for it. So bear in mind that merchants tend to give you half price of the list price of an item. I could give you 12 gold, 5 silver for that.
I want to give me a minute. Let me discuss with the team here. Let me discuss with the team. I want to huddle with the team.
Where's that potion you're talking about?
We huddle.
So, team, this cloak.
We gotta talk about this.
Okay.
This cloak does nothing other than flop. Like, we could use that money for something a little more, I don't know, useful.
That is up to you. It's your cloak.
Man,
yes, you earned that gold key, so it's up to you.
It is pretty awesome.
You might be able to get.
No, please go ahead.
You might be able to haggle a better price with a little bit of work, because ultimately, even though it's useless as it is, any magical item is of value because it can be converted into a different magical item.
This is very true. Maybe I'll stick with it just a little bit more, and maybe down the road, if I get something better or we want to, change it up a little bit, I'll say. So I break from the group and say, thank you for the offer. I think I'm going to hold on to it a little bit longer, but I appreciate it.
I tug at Perrin's jacket or leg or something like that. I'm like,
But what about the other thing?
the potion.
Oh yeah, the potion. I turn back around and I'd say I've got it. I pull out the potion and I offer it nicely and Yeah,
opens
so
the stop up.
some kind of magical potion. It was a special extra reward gained during our adventures.
His hair just flip. Doesn't really do much. I can probably sell it for a little bit.
Looks slightly more majestic.
It's very easy to look more majestic when you're him. I'll give you 2 gold, 5 silver.
That's not a lot.
List price for that potion is 5 gold.
Could I persuade you with a 3?
Make a persuasion roll.
You know, just round it up. Like, oh, and I also wouldn't mind like 3 copper, just because I like round numbers in my money guides.
14. Let me roll for him.
And currently, I've just got my money listed as 14 gold minus 3 copper because it's easier than doing it any other way.
I'll give you 2 and 8.
Yeah, all right.
He gives you 2 gold, 8 silver. Takes the potion.
Okay, I'll take the 2 gold. Once any gold, I have a decent amount to hand.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, you can
We
roll
done
off
with
the
him?
gold.
Yeah, I look around like, all right, I think that's everything we want at the moment. Actually, we've got a bunch of random swords.
Ah, yes. Yeah, all that stuff.
Probably sell that to someone else.
Yeah. I don't know. I could maybe make use of it. Let's look.
I'll hold them out with his
Yeah.
like.
I'll
We've
give you
got
half
4.
list price for all of those items.
Does Gatton need another sword? Isn't your sword
But I felt like mine can be repaired, right? Or do I need another great sword?
It can be repaired, but if you say that, it says, let's look.
Pull it out. It's pitted and
You show
I can
him your
repair that
sword.
for you.
in exchange for.
1 gold.
I mean, it's not a magic sword. How much would just a new sword cost?
25, I think, for a longsword.
Super. Yeah, it's not much.
but none of the stuff we found was a long sword that you can just swap with.
No, those are short swords.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Then I would pay to get it repaired.
He takes it from you. He holds it from his pocket. He pulls out what appears to be like a set of very fine little hammer. And he just taps the blade a few times. And you see that blade begins to glow slightly. And the metal reforms.
Yeah, I could do mending myself too.
You don't have the mending cantrip.
I can swap it after a long rest.
I think there's only spells, not cantrips.
Yeah, you either know it or you don't with a cantrip. Yeah.
He casts mending because he now has mending. And the blade is
Interesting.
fixed. I'll fix the blade for you.
Interesting.
Once I get the sword back from him, I say, "Were Mahira or Axel or Hornrick, Axel? Wait, sorry, I saw him with Mahira, the barkeep, and Hornrick, and Belladante was not there. Okay, I just say, I saw you return with Mahira and Hornrick. Was Belladante lost inside the tower?
Yes. He fell down a pit.
Oh no.
Couldn't get him out.
And I just sort of look at the cart and I say, then it is fair to say your assessment was such that you would do better trying to profit from the tower versus actually braving the risk therein.
Well, I don't really have a party to go in the game with. But I do have a lot of stuff I could sell. He says handling your short swords and just judging them, and you can look up the default price for the... You took 1 short sword, so you have 1 short sword and 2 light crossbows, right?
I think so.
Yeah. You can sell them for half list price, so if you want to look them up, you can get the gold for them.
Yeah, it was 4 short, 2 light crossbows, and then some coin. I'm obviously not going to give him the coin. Also,
Okay.
a sturdy rug. I see him.
Oh yeah, you took that
I'm
rug.
like, can I interest you in this? Or is that what the sheriff's rolled in?
Oh, that could do with
That
the
might be what
sheriff's
the
roll.
sheriff is rolled in. Do you want to sell him the rug?
No, I'm like, no, not the rug. You cannot have.
It's not 4
Yeah.
short swords because I believe
Yeah, I
Karen
have
took
one.
one, so it's only 3.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Then
I can grab the book and get the exact price.
And there
Mhm.
is actually one more thing that I forgot.
What is it?
So I'm like, oh wait, no, and I like before you go, and I reach for a finger that has nothing on it, and then pull something off it, and a ring appears.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about this. I literally forgot it was on there.
It does go invisible.
There you go.
Nice.
No, this is a ring of invisibility. However, currently the ring goes invisible, not the wearer. But don't you sneak it away. But with a little bit of modification by someone sufficiently qualified, it could definitely be turned into a ring that turns the wearer invisible. It's most
He
of
gives
the
you
way
a
there
withering
already.
look.
I say, like,
This is
do
what
we
the
want
tower
that?
gave us.
Arena could probably use that. She's small and can hide. Like, should we get her invisible?
I mean, yeah, maybe going off the table actually, Blablan. What do we think?
I can give you 25, 50, 40 gold for the 3 short swords and the crossbows. So you get 40 gold for all those.
Nice.
Um,
Marking that down, Dave?
Sorry. Say it again. Sorry.
40 gold for all the weapons.
40. Very nice. That is the only number I've written down, by the way. So the other things that you got, I did not record.
Yeah,
'cause I figured
I've taken the money for the other stuff.
Yeah,
so
because
far.
Perrin had them. But you have these
Dig
things
it.
on you.
Yeah, so that was 6 gold, 2 silver, 17 copper. We recovered inside, plus now 40 gold. Although I guess I'll mark down. I don't. I'll take the 1 gold that I spent on my sword out of my starting gold. So cool.
Do anything, but it'd be a good party trick. I can give you 5 gold for it.
I think we'll hold on to this one.
Fine.
I'd grab it and I'm like,
I might be able to put it in something.
Yeah, it seems like probably not us, but people a little bit stronger than us might be able to be paid to make it more useful.
I'd ask Boblin, I'm like, do you know anybody? Is there anybody in town that would be able to?
In town, I'm the best tinkerer in town.
And you're not good enough to.
Arena looks at him like, that's not true. But bites her tongue.
Yeah, there's a skeptical look from Perrin.
He just gives you dagger eyes.
I'd look at Bloblin for a second. I'm like, how long ago did you enter the tower, Bloblin?
About 8 hours ago.
Just OOC. I'm trying to get a feel for the passage of time. You know, I'm like, were we in their hours or were we in their days?
He went
you know,
in there
like,
really early morning.
Mm-hmm.
Came out, went back to town. Is coming back now. You were in there probably about 2 hours. So it's
About the amount of time we think, more or less. That's what I was trying to gauge, because I know we came out and it still looks like noon, but it could be noon in October.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, no, it's noon the same day. Definitely noon the same day.
Okay. All right. Got it.
I mean, right now
Take it.
it's June 7th. I assure you, it definitely is June 7th.
This is
Oh,
100. We
absolutely.
went backwards into time. It's astonishing.
I still can't believe I did that. I don't even know
dear.
where 7 came from, because it's not even a Thursday.
You know, it's misdirection. It was an ARG. There's a hidden meaning in it that people just have to unravel.
If there's nothing else,
Good luck.
okay. Well, I will see you another time.
We did warn him. We did warn him about the bandits, right? I feel like
did.
somebody already
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Perrin
Just
did, I
making sure.
think.
I thought
Or you
so.
did. One of you did.
Yep. Somebody told him. All right, because if he's gonna get got, it'll be by us. So okay.
Yeah, but he definitely takes one of the crossbows, and instead of putting one of them into the cart, he actually and he starts walking with that crossbow laying next to him on the back of the cart.
When he leaves
Got it.
out of earshot, Arena goes,
He's not the best. He's not the best tinkerer in town. He lies.
Oh.
I turn and look at you, and I'm like, correct. He is not in town.
Arena looks at Gatton, and she's like,
That is not what I meant.
I say, hey, Gatton, who is the best tinkerer in or out of town that you know?
she looks at Gatton like,
So he has no comprehension for social cues. So let me
No.
just see if I clock with it. There's something I'm supposed to know here. Hold on a second.
Okay.
10.
If you want to, you can make a history check to see what tinkers you know about out in the wild.
I look at. I just say. Arena's father is a tinkerer of some renown, as is her mother. And then I sort of like see her looking at me, and I'm like, however, she has acclimated their techniques and taken them to new and greater heights.
she smiles.
That's funny. Interesting.
Yeah, and then keep walking. Every once in a while we're walking, even though I'm tired, I just like range off the road over into the bushes and just like return with like handfuls of berries and things, some bark. I'm all like, if you chew this, if you're experiencing any discomfort, it will numb your pain. Like, things like
Arena
that.
eats the handful every single time you give her any.
Yeah, I'll grab some bark and chew on it or whatever.
Yep. I make a point anytime I see any like flowers or berries I know she likes, I go like distinctly out of my way.
Aw, that's so nice.
Oh.
She's just always hungry.
I don't know what it's like.
Same. Other than that, keep heading back.
Mm-hmm. And I think we'll probably drop the body off if it's still daytime or something of that sort.
It'll be about
Yeah, first
5,
thing to
6
do
PM.
is go to the highest ranking person that I would know in town and tell them what happened.
Yeah.
That was unfortunately the sheriff.
Yeah.
Rex.
Well, yeah, the highest ranking now.
The next available.
May well be the barkeep at this point.
There probably has to be someone.
The barkeep or Key Radin, who is the owner of the stable and post office. Either of those would be the next most important person in town. And that's just sheer who's well connected.
Okay. I'll probably go for the barkeep. They're leveled.
We know them.
That's Mahara.
Now I could go for some beers.
You go back into the bar. The ghost in the machine. You notice behind the bar, Mahara, her mohawk still there. She seems a bit tired. Up on the shelf behind her is a new red bottle of some kind that you don't recognize. It's got a little bit of bubbles going up and down in it. Definitely new. Out front in the actual area with the seating, you notice that one of your drink companions, Hornrick, is sitting there, morosely drinking several flagons just in front of him that are all empty. But there's also 2 other people who you don't recognize, again, new to town, sitting in a corner. One of them who is sharpening an axe or whetstone. The mood is strange. There's definitely anticipation on the part of those 2. Hornrick is definitely down, and Mahir is definitely a bit tired. But as you come in, she perks up. All right, how can I help you?
We
You do
want
well.
beers! We want beers! Yeah! Did we do well? We did awesome! Look at us!
Oh, you didn't quit then.
We're all exhausted, other than Bone.
I mean, you can imagine someone who's been partying all night, tired, but yeah! Like, you can still be loud and rowdy, but it's pretty obvious that we're...
Oh, so you actually didn't quit halfway through?
And I don't think so.
No, we made it. We did it.
Oh, not bad. Well, what you want? You want basic on the house local beer, or do you want something fancy imported?
I'll take 10 of the local beers, please. What are you guys? Are you guys need anything or?
Right after he says that, I just say very loudly, especially where
I might be ready
Hornrick
to
can hear
jump
me.
in and stop Gatton.
I just open my mouth and I'm all like, Mahira, when Belladante was killed inside the tower, was that your failure, Hornrick's, Bloblins, or all of yours?
Arena's jaw just drops like,
I saw you departing in the night. You seem grievously injured. The other two seem to be suffering from prolonged emotional distress.
The halfling woman flexes a little bit, looks you up and down every inch of your 7 and a bit feet tall persona. I hope you're leaving a generous tip.
I put
Is this Mahira?
Yeah.
Oh no.
You should not be short of coin. You only had to divide your take 3 ways instead of 4.
Oh my gosh.
Gatton, I think it's not a good time. Let's there's a couple.
I felt this would be the optimal time to discuss before they forget as they slip back into the routine of their lives.
I would like to slip her a silver piece. Like, he does not know. The murder robot wooden machine does not know how to talk to people, so I slide a silver over to her.
He has no concept of why anyone's distressed by this. It's
I'm
like
not very
everything he's saying
charismatic,
is
so I'm
true.
just grimacing
Yeah,
in the
no,
background.
She
again,
nods
why
at
are
you. She takes the silver piece and taps it a few times on the bar. Puts it under the bar. Right, what the rest are you having?
Aten is the embodiment of why are you booing me? I'm right. So just sort of like,
we'll have a round for everyone. Why not? But also, and then I kind of lean across the bar. There are a couple of matters that we might want to discuss in private. One of them relates to that guy. I point at the bandit we have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy? Oh yeah, he's our prisoner.
Right. Okay. Fine. Follow me into the back.
Okay. Gatton, bring the carpet. And what's in the carpet?
Well, see, you did have a very interesting tower run, didn't you? Pushes through this beaded
It's more
curtain
about
into
what
the back
happened
area.
out of the tower, but yes.
Yeah, the tower was pretty normal, really.
yes, it was effortless, which is why I have a number of
It
questions
wasn't
about why
effort-
one of
you
your
don't-
number did not return.
Gatton, you don't even remember what happened on the second floor.
I turn and look at him and I'm like, I believe that is support for my supposition. If it had been events of note, I would have recalled them. Therefore, effortless.
Hey.
Logical. It's logical.
And I do, when I have a moment, I do gently put his body down because I'm like, he died a warrior, so that deserves some respect.
Okay. She begins to unwrap the carpet. Now you're in the back room, you can see it's full on one side of just casks. And then on the other side, there's shelves, and some of them are full of fruit. There's a load of them that are full of apples, etc. There's even a section that has several potion bottles.
By
It
the
sounded
way,
like you said cats and not casks.
By the way, chat thinks you might be on potato mic.
Chat is wrong. I'm on the correct mic.
No, he's on the
Okay.
good mic. We could
This
definitely
is
tell if
having one
he's
of
on the bad
those
mic.
days.
So
It's because they're
But again,
used to hearing your mic as the stream mic.
Oh yeah, it's via Zoom, so
Zoom
it's
ruins the quality a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Unwraps the carpet. What happened?
this guy and his friends happened. I point at the bandit.
I nod.
1 second. She walks over to the guy and just knees him really hard in the groin. He passes out. Just claps the ground.
Remind me to never make any of you mad.
I say, nice hit. That was. I just flicked him in the nose and broke his nose, but that was awesome.
She reels
Look at
back with
Arena.
a fist. You see that the muscle, like bicep, definitely bulges, and then she just punches the guy in the nose as he's about to get up, and breaks a second time. He's completely out on the floor. Well, I did get a fighter mark.
I want to give her a fist bump if she
Nice.
knows what that is. Like, awesome.
Fist bumps you. 7-foot monk fist bumping the halfling.
Adorable.
Totes.
So what happened?
We found him already dead. Bandits outside the tower guarding it, trying to get money out of anyone who wanted to go in. Which honestly is a terrible strategy, because if you paid them and then went in and then survived coming out, you could beat the crap out of them.
I don't think it's kind of thinking through that much, do you?
Yeah, they might have planted Scarper after they got their money.
I can figure out something to do with him till we get a new lawmaster.
My suspicion is that we'll soon start getting some people from the nearby towns, and then possibly even Vahir or us if it's the tower's here long enough, in which case they can sort it out.
Well,
look.
we've already got a couple of people coming. Got 2 more people that have just popped in. We had 3 more earlier today. They've already gone to the tower, I think.
Well, I mean, like law keepers, soldiers, that kind of thing are probably going to show up.
I look at Mahira and I look down at the unconscious man and I say, perhaps you could encourage him to tell you where the bandit encampment is located. He was not forthcoming with us.
Which cracks her knuckles in one fist. I do that.
To be fair,
Two of
we
his
didn't
friends
really
did.
ask for very long because we needed to go into the tower, so we couldn't wait for very long.
We know he has at least 2 friends who got away.
Well, how many of them did you get?
I count on my fingers. Was it like, did we kill 3?
5.
5.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that
There
we
were
killed-
8
we
of
killed
them.
5.
Mm-hmm.
Well, alright. It's pretty impressive, you guys. I'll deal with him. Don't worry. Thank you. Rex is a good man.
He deserved better than this, yes.
Speaking of which, did you see a group of 5 archaeologists while you were out?
I saw them come to the shop.
I
They visited my father.
Have you seen them recently?
No.
I saw a group of 5 archaeologists around. Yeah, they weren't so nice to me.
Well, they paid well, but they didn't come back last night. I'm still holding their rooms. If they don't
Did
come
they
back
go-
soon, I'll have to rent them out to someone else.
Did they go into the tower?
I don't know.
They
Left
may
yesterday.
have, but
Did they pay for the rooms
When-
already?
Yeah, paid for 3 nights up front.
I think they were buying those for us. Didn't we remember when we had that conversation with them that they were buying the rooms for us?
I slowly look around.
Yeah, Arena's looking at him like,
I'm visibly, like, I could see you looking at me, but I'm winking at the rest of the group like, huh? We could get free rooms.
I shake my head and go, so the last I saw of the 5 of them, I actually forgot to mention this to anyone because the tower was kind of the most important thing going on, but I did actually uncover a cave in a nearby area. Then they stole the right to go in it off of me, so...
We were planning on going to check it out. Maybe they are there.
You require rights to enter a cave.
Well, it was more the case that there were 5 of them and they had swords, and
I think
I'm
it was
one
more
person.
that they wanted him to leave.
They gave me a gold piece, which was nice, though that did get stolen.
When you say stolen, I look down at the bandit and I would just like pull my sword out again. Like,
Not that guy. It was actually stolen by a bird, which honestly could have been trained by them.
you were robbed by a bird.
You didn't tell us about the bird.
I was holding the coin and it came up and grabbed. It's the ones that eat metal. They like to eat coins. They're shiny.
robbed by a bird and beaten up by a little doll. We are an awesome adventuring party.
It was an anvil wrought gold snatcher.
Do you tell me that, Perrin?
Yeah, I say it was one of the gold snatcher birds.
As a naturalist and a construct, do I know anything about those? Like, do they serve a master, or are they just like random things?
They're effectively like beasts. They possibly could be trained, but most of the time, no. They're harder to train than normal beasts anyway. So, vast majority of the time, no. But it is possible to train them.
I need to teach Pietro how to do that. That seems very useful.
Perhaps just the stealing of the gold, not the eating of the gold.
True, very true. He does try to eat things, though.
Arena, under what criteria was your notification to your parents that you had left to enter the tower to be delivered?
A couple weeks.
Oh, yeah, your mum's not going to be too pleased, is she?
It hasn't been that long.
It hasn't been a couple weeks, has it?
No.
Okay.
She just, it's a small town. She knows your mum is protective.
Do you think my mom knows?
A bloody great tower appears, and you keep talking about the tower ever since you were about 8 years old. And then you disappear and don't come back at night. She's already been around here once this morning asking for you.
What did you tell her that you saw?
I told her you were in here yesterday, but I haven't seen you since.
Okay. Is that all you told her?
I don't want to get into any more trouble.
Is she still limping?
Not as much as she was. Your granddad does good work. He's healed me up more than once.
Alright. I might be able to help her now.
Well,
But I think we should figure out a ceremony or something for Rex. He didn't really have family around here, but I've known him for a very long time, since I was a little girl.
He's got family back in the Hero Realms, I think. I could send word to them via postmaster.
Perhaps on my next trip over there, I can tell them, talk to them about it.
I make sure that his badge stays with his body, even if that's like all that gets sent home.
Yeah. Actually, I can ask your granddad. He can keep the body from going up, spoiling. Probably get on the next barge back.
Huh. I didn't know my grandfather could do that.
He doesn't rarely have to do it around here.
I start to head towards the door, and I'm like, Mahira, if you decide you would like to enter another tower with a far more capable fighting force, perhaps we could make a space for you.
How many times have you been in?
And I turn and look at her for a
Twice.
second, and I turn and look at Bentham, and then Perrin, and then I turn and look again, and I'm like, twice.
Same as you.
Yeah, problem is, I went in the second time. I went in with a load of people who hadn't been in before. I didn't get marked the second time.
You only count as once.
I'd love to.
I hope you got paid well.
Well, I got 50 gold, and she gestures back to your room. Some red potion thing.
I can maybe figure out what it is.
Already done that. It's apparently called a Bloody Marilith.
What does it do?
Once per period of time, it allows you to take an extra reaction on your turn. Once you do so, its effect ends. She says that in a non-meta context,
Yeah.
but which you would
that's
understand
very
in game is exactly
interesting.
that.
I suppose it could be very helpful in a certain situation, but then you'd have to drink it and make sure that it was going to be effective. I don't know.
I will share it with you so you can see it.
Did we give the potion to Boblin? Did we sell our one we found?
Yeah, we sold the one to Blablin. The one that just makes your hair.
Yep, yeah, the
Yeah.
potion of
For
the
an
potion
hour.
of hair billowing.
Yeah, the Bloody Marilith is a calm potion. Is a specially alcoholic beverage that fills your body with reactive energy. For 1 minute after drinking the potion, you can use the reaction even if you've taken a reaction since the end of your last turn. Once you take the reaction, the potion's effect ends. A deep crimson color with a thick consistency that vibrates softly within its bottle, sending ripples on its surface. It smells and tastes of freshly ground pepper, hot spices, and faintly sour tomato juice.
The bottle's cool.
That's true.
That would go good with pickles and celery.
Tasty.
The best part about that statement is you actually know what you're talking about. To me, I'm like that sounds awful. Then I'm like, wait a second, hang on. Actually, no, that's probably works perfectly.
And
Actually,
that totally makes
I
sense.
feel like
Sure.
pickles and celery would not be bad together with tomatoes.
That's it's a Bloody Mary. That's
Yeah.
like you garnish a Bloody Mary with I've seen people put
with a
fried
bit
chicken
of
on Bloody
bacon, like a crispy strip of
Yep.
bacon. Yeah, I'm into it.
I'm glad as a construct I do not eat. Yep. Yes. I head back outside.
I already popped it up on the screen, but because you didn't.
Oh, it did it again. I didn't do that one.
Oh, you did it again. I see.
It did a thing.
That is a dope bottle.
Yeah, that's interesting. So we've seen knockers, we've had balls, we've had.
It is kind of like a swirly penis looking thing. Not gonna
And
lie.
now we have this
I don't know
bottle.
what penises you've seen, but okay.
I can
You
see.
need to get
I
that-
can see where Mike is going with it.
We need to get that looked at by a healer that can cast more than cure light wounds. And is spicy and burns. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
get
oh
that.
no.
Yep.
No,
Well, some
you need
creatures
it.
actually do have like weird.
Ducks.
Yeah,
Oh.
like
Pigs, too.
spirally.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, pigs are spirals. Yeah,
so when you were
Pigs,
looking at the balls earlier,
there it is. Yeah.
Oh,
they were
yeah.
full spiral circle. Okay.
Yes, I head out of this place and look around. Actually, I would like to see if anybody's following us, because
Sure,
we're not
make a
exactly
deception
we're
check.
not inconspicuous.
Were we not going to drink beers? Are we drinking beers here? Or are we going? We got things to do.
Take it to go.
I probably should go see my family.
All this disadvantage. I've had disadvantage literally
Boy.
the entire time. Like, all 3 episodes, I've had disadvantage.
It looks busier than usual. Makes it hard to spot anyone that's standing out that's particularly looking at you. No one seems to be paying attention to you in particular that you can see, but it does seem busier.
I think on the way
I would
out,
say that
I'd want to.
Sorry, go ahead. I was
No,
going
you
to
go
say
ahead.
that it would matter if it wasn't a 7 and a 6, but both, either way.
That's amazing. I would
I
probably.
need some sleep. I need 2 days of sleep before we go in any caves.
Oh, jeez. I'd probably just talk to my drinking buddy real quick on the way out. And probably get him one of my 10 beers that I'm taking to go. I would give him one of my 10 beers. So now I only have 9 beers.
Mihira will tell you to bring the flagons back afterwards,
Of course.
but because she knows most of your compatriots, she can go find them if you don't. It will cost you 1 silver, so it's a copper piece for each beer, and you give Hornrick the 1 beer, and he's like, "Thanks.
Perfect.
You always like beer."
It does make you feel better for a limited time, most definitely.
It reminds me of him.
Oh, and I put my arm around him, pat him on the hey, you guys, it happens. It's the circle of life.
It doesn't
Some
have
people-
to happen.
Oh, I mean, that is the risk you take when dealing with the towers.
The fucking gnome. He came in and said that we could all get levels really easy just to go in a tower.
From outside, I'm like, if levels were easy, everyone would have them.
You hear it in the distance. All right. Well, if there's anything, if you need more beers in the future, let me know. I'm gonna go with these folks over here.
Thanks, you're a good man.
So are you. Hopefully you feel better soon.
A good man, but a questionable warrior. You have been removed from the
Can't-
list.
Not the time. Can't let him just.
But it is not an inaccurate assessment. I do not understand why my queries are.
Sometimes the truth is the wrong thing for the moment. We'll work on it.
Gatton, have you ever felt emotion? Do you even know what that is? What that means? I mean, like in a nice way. Like, are you aware of what that is?
I am feeling annoyed currently. Yes.
Okay. Well, I was just asking. You're a good man.
I pick up our Arena and put her on my shoulder again and head towards her house. And I'm like, I do not recall that you fought well on the second tower. So he just says nothing and turns and walks away. I'm like, Perrin has reported that you performed adequately in the second tower. For that, you have my gratitude.
I'm like, I hope I did good too, because as far as I know, I suck. So, thanks.
Like, as they set off, I will be like, do you want us to leave your turret with the whole talking to your parents thing, Arena?
Are you sure that we don't have anything else we need to do? Because,
You
you know...
really probably should talk to them as soon as possible, because they're probably distraught that you're dead.
I know, but I don't want to talk to them. They're going to...
Do you want me to talk to them? I mean, nobody knows me. I can talk on your behalf.
Like, do you want us
Let you know that you're okay?
I think they're gonna need to see her face. Like, Arena, do you want to talk to them yourself, or would you like us all there when you talk to them, because that's what you're doing now?
I like that you're just like, you're gonna go talk to your parents, no matter what.
Oh, fine. I will go, but it is up to you if you want to join. I'm going to let you know, though, if you come with, my mom is going to be very angry, and then there's going to be probably a lot of crying and screaming and crying and screaming.
That is another reason why you need to talk to her as soon as possible, because I'm sure that of the people to blame, that's a list I'm very high on.
And just stop and I like calculate for a second. I'm like, actually, you would be the top of the list. It is you that came forth and gave us the information about the tower.
Oh, not even her granddad? Okay, fine.
And I stop again for a second and I'm like, congratulations, Perrin. You have topped a list. And just like clap him on the shoulder.
I don't know if that is a good thing, though.
I just say, when we get there, I'm like, Arena, I will activate sentry mode while you discuss matters with your mother. Should she enter into fisticuffs and you require assistance?
Don't worry. Even if she does, it is okay.
As you say that, as you're walking towards the shop, the door swings
Do you want
open.
the party? Do you want the party with you, Maggie?
It's up to you all. I don't really care either way. If you have something else you want to do, you can go. You can just slink
Perrin
away.
decides not to because of the rage it would incur from the initial response.
So as the door swings
So you
open
slink away.
and Perrin sneaks away, the door swings open, and a rather short, gnomish woman, probably about 2 inches shorter even than Arena, hair graying, slightly matronly, bustles out and quickly runs over and just tackles her in a hug. Oh, my little babushka, I thought you were dead. Where are you going? Why did you not tell me? I have been worried so sick about you. Why did you do not go? And then you were...
Can't breathe.
I've been looking everywhere for you. I have been looking, babbling for his shop, and Mahara said she saw you, and then you left, and then there is this great bloody tower, and I'm so glad that you are back.
I can't breathe.
Oh, I'm so sorry. There you go. And she pats you on the shoulder and like, oh, are you okay? Are you okay?
Gnomish folk wrestling it.
I'm okay. See, everything is intact.
He's patting you down like, oh, maybe Urza needs to look at you. Maybe your grandfather, he look at you. He can.
No,
sure
Mama, I'm fine.
Oh, okay. I will have to go tell your father. Your father has been looking. He has been worried sick. He was out all night looking for you. You did not come home. We had food on the stove, and your siblings, they have been so much terror. I have been out of my mind.
I'm sorry. But I'm sorry.
She doesn't know what to do.
You can see that she's getting over her initial shock. It's like hits you very lightly on the back of the head. Like, what do you think you were doing? Did you go in the tower? You went in the tower, didn't you?
No.
You went in the tower without telling me or your father?
Okay, maybe.
What are you doing going in the tower? We could have lost you like your older brother. We cannot lose another.
other one.
I know, but we do not know if we lost him yet, Mama.
He has been gone many years.
I know. And I know that has
I
been
could
very
not lose you
hard
too.
for you, but
Who would look after the shop? Who would tuck me into bed? Who would read me the latest schematics?
that is what I worry about, Mama. But you have to know that... Well... My other siblings can help you too. Nesfera wants to run the shop. I don't even want to run the shop.
No, but you are so good at everything.
He will learn.
And she leans in very closely while hugging you and says,
But you are my favorite.
Mama,
know
you're
I'm
not
not meant to
supposed to
have
say that to
I know I'm not
anyone.
meant to say that, but everyone has favorites.
I give her a hug.
I'm still mad at you.
Gotten is absolutely going to file away that factoid for a for some useful observation at some
There is-
point in the future.
Oh
There is
no.
now a sibling list.
I like the little Gotten will remember this.
pops up in the corner.
Yeah.
But you're right, we went into the tower. I'm sorry. It was destiny, though.
At least you only went in once and came straight back.
I might have gone in twice.
We went in twice to the tower! What are you thinking?
It was there! And we did so well the first time that we
There's
thought...
nothing said. There's no need you need to go into it.
But I survived.
Yes. I need time to think about this.
Look, though, I can do things.
And she shows her like the lightning hand thing. And then she casts an illusion of herself next to her.
Puts a hand through it.
I'm still worried about you. You could have died.
I know.
When she says you could have died, I like reactivate, and I'm like, with respect, ma'am, this one was repaired and repurposed to defend Arena until my.
No lip from you. What do you
I
think
do
you're
not
doing?
have
Let
lips,
me not go
ma'am.
into the tower. Huh? You meant to protect
you
her?
weren't you were not able to stop her. How did you think I could?
But you're big.
Tall. She goes up to you and smacks your ankle.
Like, she availed herself as a brilliant tinkerer and a brilliant gnome and was a credit to you and your family. You should be proud rather than castigating her. And then I just shut back down.
Turns back to Arena.
I'm very disappointed.
Anyways, Mama, this is our new friend. His name is Bone.
You can tell that seeing family interaction, it looks like I'm almost starting to get just like a little teary-eyed, and I say
Aw.
something like, I understand family is incredibly important, ma'am.
And
I
you were complicit with her with going into the tower.
absolutely.
I'm behind her I'm behind her
Smacks
going.
you on the back of the ankle.
I like that. I'm behind her going no, and then you're like yes.
You're all bad influences. You're welcome to dinner.
And she stalks back inside the shop.
Like, do we get free food?
Oh,
Yes!
She will feed you so much food, and she will never stop. And then, if you don't eat it, she will take offense to it because she thinks that because you don't want to eat it, even though you are full, because you already ate all the other food, that you are
Door
disrespecting
opens
her
again and she
food.
runs out and gives you a hug again, Arena.
I'm so glad you are back. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to. I was so worried. Anyway, the stove is on. I will be back. If you see your father, tell him you're okay.
She runs back inside.
Moment. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
She's just like gonna say something to your mom, and her mom's runs away.
The moment that your mom leaves, I just like open my eyes again, and I'm like, we experience the temporal distortion properties of the tower. It is very possible that your brother is alive and well, and it will turn literally any time.
I hope so. We need to find him.
And I look around and I'm like, I've calculated the probability of you all wanting to engage in other risky behavior as incredibly high. I will require rest and maintenance. I will be able to resume adventuring in 24 hours. Like, go back into sentry mode and try and rest off these 2 freaking levels of exhaustion.
You can probably go back into your spot. I'm sure it is still there.
I literally like drop in the middle of the floor. Like I don't go to my corner at all. It's just like boom, boom.
I show Bone around the shop. The shop is like, when you walk, it looks like a big tree. So it's a giant tree that has like a house inside it, like a shop inside of it. And then there's
The tree
like
isn't quite big enough to be like the full house, but it's a good section there.
for you, you probably have to crouch and stuff. But like the top of the house is where like our actual home is. But like the bottom is where the tree trunk is where like the shop is. And you can see that it's just like a whole mess of stuff. It's just like you think of a pawn shop, it's just junk everywhere. But like to her and her family, it's like they're all things. And then so she like kind of shows you all the stuff, and she clicks button on stuff and winds things up, and just things do things. They do stupid stuff. Like there's something that flips pancakes and then also plays music, like, you know, just dumb things.
The first thing I'm gonna do is I'll probably ask like, "Oh, this place is awesome." How? And then I look at you and I say, "So how long has this been in your family? Your grandfather was a tinkerer. Has your whole lineage been tinkerers their whole life?"
Well, not everyone, but at least one person in each of the families has continued the legacy. And our shop has been maybe not here forever, but, well, things change sometimes. Stuff burns, people attack, but we have stayed strong for many, many years. My grandfather has had this shop for over 500 years, I think.
I am trying to turn away from her so that she doesn't notice me tearing up yet again.
Are you trying to like be deception wise? Let's see
Not
if
horribly, but like I'm just kind of like.
let's see if I notice, and let's see if you don't, or if you are able to hide
Just
it.
be an insight, since he's not actually trying to hide it. It'd
Oh,
just be an
it's
insight versus
insight?
a flat
Okay.
DC.
Gotcha.
You know,
13. I offer him a handkerchief.
Nice. And I just like snatch it.
The
I
door
did not
opens.
mean to make you sad.
No. It's nothing. Should we get rest? Do we need to be prepared for anything? I am tired. I'm hungry.
The door opens, and an older gnome, hair beginning to go white in many places, a little bit of stubble that seems to have formed, walks in.
There you are. Where I've been looking for you.
I run up to him and
What,
hug him.
Did you go into the tower?
No.
I can tell when you're lying.
Okay, yes I did. Twice.
Did you just... Your mother must be going sick. Have you told her you're back?
I did, and now she's making food for everyone, and I think because she's
Oh.
very stressed out, she's probably going to make more food than anyone can ever eat.
When she's stressed, she does cook. It is true. Yeah.
But I brought friends, so they will eat.
And
When
I
she eats
point
a
to
lot,
Bone.
She gets offended at new people if they do not eat and finish their plate.
I already told him.
Okay, good.
As he's holding
Okay.
like 9 beers and drinking them. Like...
I slap my belly like, let's go. I
Holds
perk
you
up a
close,
little
like,
bit.
I am concerned that you are hanging out with poor influences sometimes.
Why?
I look over at him.
What is so poor about him?
What were you gonna say?
It is a lot of beer.
Oh.
I
But he's very big. If I was that big, maybe I'd drink 9 too.
I slowly put one beer down at a time, okay, go. And I kind of squat down and I sit Indian style, even though I'm still hulking over it, but just to get a little more personal. And I say, just remember, I may have this hardened exterior, but on the inside, I absolutely know the importance of family, and I know the importance of honor, and I know the importance of lineage, and I can tell you with great certainty that your daughter or granddaughter, right?
Daughter.
Daughter,
This is
that's my
father.
dad.
That's your daughter. Okay. I can tell you with great certainty that your daughter has a heart stronger than most I've seen. So it has been an honor for me to be a part of everything that's been going on lately. And I, of course, won't go into detail. She can tell you things, but I just want to let you know that I am not influencing her in any way. I am just here to help and support what she needs.
I take the handkerchief that I gave him and I use it on my own tears.
Make me a persuasion roll with advantage.
You're meeting my father. He has the shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'm like, I ain't even dating. What is this all about?
I'm pretty sure I am the shotgun, but yes.
15?
Okay. He goes over, gets a little step ladder, puts it next to the counter where you put the beers, climbs up the step ladder, gets one of the beers, finishes half of it off. Okay, but what is your name?
My name is Axel Dio. Axel Dio is my name.
Okay. I'm Calvin. Calvin Cogdeer. You've met my daughter. Oh, you said you met my wife already? Ella Cogdeer. It is nice to meet you, Axel Dio. If you do not mind, I will need this. I'm worried sick about you.
I'm sorry.
Little Arena, what happened to your brother? Your
I
mother
know,
has been
but I
worried
want to
sick.
find him.
Why did you not leave a note or anything? You just said, "Oh, I'm going for some time."
As you're
And there
drinking,
was a tower outside.
as you're drinking your beer, I am not interrupting. I am taking other beers and I'm pouring a little more in your glass and drinking filling you up, and I'm drinking my own.
I love
Just watch it.
Okay.
I know, but so I put a letter for you so you know that I was going to be gone for a short bit of time. And then I also sent another letter that would go, oh, I need to stop that letter. But I put it out so that only if I was gone for a long time that the letter would go. That I
Right.
was in danger, maybe.
And then when that Blablin fellow goes running around town telling people that there is a tower nearby and he needs people to go with him, and you are missing.
I didn't think you would think that I went into it.
You are not quite so subtle as you think. You've been talking about towers since you were about 8.
I know, but we have seen many towers, and I did not go into all of them.
If you were not 8 at the time, you probably would have. You are a very willful daughter.
Fair enough. Father,
You are all welcome to dinner. I'm sure my wife is making plenty.
We'll see about that. Yeah.
He is okay.
Because I'm a big man and I'm gonna eat a lot. That's what I mean.
Right. He is okay. Looks over at Gatton, just collapsed in the floor. Is he okay?
Well, I'm sentry mode. I sit down, you know.
I think he is just needing a little bit of rest. We had a very eventful day.
Okay. You are all welcome to our hospitality. Thank you for the beer.
My pleasure.
Walks into the back.
She just collapses on the side of the table and leans
As
next
you
to
do, the door opens. and two twin gnomes, both very young. You would estimate them to be about 12-ish, which in gnome years is more like 8 human years. Run in, both like,
Oh, did you go into tower? You went to the tower, didn't you? Oh my god, you get in the tower. Oh, what was it?
Stop it! Don't climb on me! Oh, you guys are crazy!
Hey, little fellas, and hello, little ones.
they look up at you like,
Oh, I see.
Oh, they're adorable. They're tiny little.
How is it going?
This is
they're literally
Doji
like 1
and
foot 2
Soji.
inches tall.
This is Joji and Zoji.
Oh,
Yeah.
Joji, little.
He's Soji and Joji.
Oh,
They're
okay.
lying. Maggie, you know they're lying.
It's the other way around. They like to trick people.
Just the other one. You guys, you're so cute. Look at that letter.
They both give you like this pouted like,
Oh, you guys are tough as well. That is awesome.
Yeah.
both
Yeah, I put my hand out. I'm like, go punch my hands.
They both look at each other, and then they run towards you. And at the very last minute, Zoji like collapses to the ground, and Joji like springboards off his back and like tackles you around the waist. It's a very poor tackle. They can't get that high.
No, but I pretend like, oh, wow, that is so good. You
You
guys
fall
are so
backwards. They start
strong.
climbing on you like, yeah.
Oh,
We
whoa.
defeated the giant. Did
Nice.
you fight the giant? Did you fight the giant in the tower?
A giant in the tower. I didn't fight a giant in the tower. I don't even really remember being in a tower. You guys were in a tower?
No, they were not in the tower.
We will someday.
Oh.
We will go to tower, just like our big sister.
Oh,
I don't know if Mom
Ooh.
and Dad would like that very much.
But you do it. If you do it, we are allowed to. Yes.
I don't think that's how it works. But maybe someday when you are bigger
That's
and
not
stronger.
fair.
I know, it is not fair. But maybe when you are bigger and stronger.
Georgie, come back here. I need your help. We have to go.
I give them
Did you bring us
each
back
a hug.
anything? Did you bring us back anything that isn't a hug?
I pull out like a trinket out of my bag and I pretend that that's where I got it.
Make a deception roll.
Deception roll? Okay. I'm not very deceptive.
They're just gonna be like, I saw this yesterday.
13.
13. They're like,
Meat is very normal.
Some things are normal.
Before they leave, I say, oh, maybe if your parents allow, we could do some training to get you ready to go in the towers. Oh. And I say, oh, I've got something for you. I've got something for you. And I go in my bag, and I happen to have a map of where I lived in the Stormfell Mountains. And I say, oh, when you're older, when you're ready, you know, here's a treasure map. And I used to live right here.
You
and
live
over
near the storm tower. That is the
Yeah.
storm spray right there.
That's right. And I put like, over here's where you're gonna want to go. Only when you're ready. Make sure that you have a good party and good friends, and you practice and listen to mommy and daddy and eat all your vegetables and practice and grow big and strong before you go. But this is for you. Here's the map.
they both like hug your legs, grab the map, both of them argue about it for a second before they quickly run over to Gatton, and very quietly in Gatton's ear, they're like,
You better put him high on the list. He should be high on the list. He has to be like a kidnap. He should get married.
Oh no, they're in on the list.
I just sort of open my one eye and look. I'm all like, they've already exchanged rings, and then close my eye again.
Oh no, dinner is gonna go
I
weird.
say, no,
Mom, you'll never guess.
these rings are not the no. I didn't. That's not what I didn't.
What I said to the child was factually accurate.
Yes,
I
you
am
did,
not
absolutely.
a monster that lies
not
to
at all.
gnomelings.
Not at all. That's amazing.
Oh no.
And I don't have. I mean, you're very nice. I'm not interested.
Oh no,
I mean,
no,
you're
me
very
neither,
pretty.
no.
And okay, that's not what I'm here for. You're very nice. Oh,
That was very nice of you, what you did for my brother and sister. But I'm going to let you know that they are going to come to visit you, so you better be prepared for that.
Also, I really want a side story where Zoji and Joji go on an adventure to go find him when they're older.
That is 2 years from now.
Training montage of you training Zoji and Joji. I could be down for that.
Montage.
Ooh, wow, good job.
Rocky. Yep.
Meanwhile, we're going to cut over to Perrin. Perrin, where do you go?
I've headed over. I'm gonna go visit them after. I just wanted to avoid the initial rage of Arena's
Where did
mother.
you go for that, like, 20 minutes?
But yeah, I head out to the local temple or whatever it would be called in this case.
Okay.
Collection
in this
of
case,
shrines.
it's a small church, Church of the Divine Host. It's a small, effectively like 2-room building. Literally, like one room at the back is for like storage, and then the other room is just the central area. It's pretty small for a town of this size, but they do need someone to worship. It is made of stone. It's central-ish, but it's just off the main square. It doesn't look like it's overly trafficked, but it does see a reasonable amount of people going back and forth. Out front is a little like well of static water, and you can see down the bottom are a number of like copper pieces. There's the occasional piece of silver.
I'll chuck 2 copper in it so to make my amount of copper I have more rounded.
I thought you'd appreciate that.
Right, I've got to get rid of 5 copper somehow, but I'll buy some beers or something and it'll work out.
Sure.
Now, I want to seek out the Erithus Shrine.
Okay. You walk in. It's a pretty tall central area. There are rafters holding it up, big, thick timbers, all of which seem to be like a grey, almost stone type. From the center is a big chandelier with candles, each individually lit in it, sort of beginning to burn down. They're very fresh. It looks like it's only just been lit because it's only just got to dark. In the center is a man who looks somewhat young, a cleric in brown robes. Around his neck is a number of different chains with individual different amulets on them. You would notice that there's about 5 or 6. You would know all the symbols for all of the gods in the divine host. Does not include your god. Hello. I don't recognize you. Are you? Do you live around here? Sorry, I don't know everyone yet. My name's Cleric Onfrist.
Are you the new one?
Yes, I've been here for about a month now. Maybe I'm still new. Depends who you ask, really.
My last visit was longer ago.
Oh. Do you need to? You're not particularly pious.
I'm normally out of town.
Sorry. Do you wish to worship at any of the altars, the idols? He gestures around. You can see that there's a number of like altars around the area.
Presumably I know where the altar for mine is.
Yeah, it's off to the side annex on the left.
Well, I'm over there.
You worship the Dark Pact?
Erithus. It's not. Some gods end up in groups they're not necessarily meant to be in.
Quite. Be about your business. I have to tend to the main altars.
I'm sure you do. It's fine, I'll dust it if it needs it.
Keep it well dusted, even if it isn't used. Last thing you want to do is not dust the shrine to the vengeance goddess. Says under his breath as he walks away.
I'll quickly shuffle off. I'm like, I missed the other guy. He didn't ask so many questions.
As you go into the side annex, it's just this little bolted on area. The roof's a lot lower. In fact, the roof is probably almost scraping the top of your head. Primarily gnomes and halflings live in this area. There are other people, but this isn't a particularly used annex. While the shrines themselves are dusted, the floor definitely, there's a small layer of like grime and dust that seems to have just collected. It hasn't been trod through in a while. You can see a number of little shrines. There's Asmodeus, there's Bane, and of course, there's Erithus as you walk along. The last one, a little red bronze cog with a break in it.
Yep, I will kneel down at that shrine, pull out my pendant of the broken cog, and I will thank Erithis for protecting us on our journey through the tower, and for possibly even bringing the tower to me. Who knows?
Okay.
I appreciate finally being given the chance to do something greater with my life, and perhaps right some wrongs.
To say this, you can hear like the sound of a number of people walking in behind you. There's hushed whispers, and then they suddenly stop abruptly. And then there's a surprise. What's he doing over there? I don't know what he's doing over there, but step away from him. Keep moving on.
Like I'll make whatever like offerings are normally made, and stand up, dust myself off, and prepare to head out again.
Okay, as you turn around, there's a woman standing behind you. Red hair, relatively good looking, pointed features, deep blue eyes, wearing rags that are not in particularly good condition. Looks up at you. She's only about 5'7", so she's definitely about a foot shorter than you. Hi there. Can
Evening.
you help me? I'm looking for someone.
Who are you looking for? I look around at the other shrines.
Let me just find this. Cantrilla?
Do I recognize this name?
Make a intelligence roll.
Okay.
Roll to save against murder.
Oof, 4.
Never heard the name. No. Rebecca
Like
Cantrilla. She's a really amazing bard. Do you know where she is?
Oh, I thought you were talking about a god. No, I don't think I know a bard, really.
Okay,
Not in
I'll
this
keep
town.
asking. Thank you for your help.
Sorry, I couldn't.
That's okay. I bet you would remember the name if you heard her sing. She's really good.
I just kind of look confused, like they came into the chapel, to the dark god section to ask someone for where a bard is.
She goes up to the two other people who are praying at one of the shrines further up. I think they're praying at the shrine to Iomade. And both of them look up like, can I help you? Hi. I suppose you know a bard by the name of Rebecca Kent. No? Okay, thank you for your help. Walks on, goes talk to the priest.
All right, I will forget about it and set off out to go visit the Cogdeers.
Okay. And on that, we're going to end our episode for today.
But I want more.
Want some more, sir?
Some more, right? Yeah, you know what I mean. Say no more. How's your father? A little chip cheerio.
What, mate?
I'm sorry. I apologize for that horrible accent.
True. Yes.
I did live I lived in Virginia Water, Surrey, for about 6 months. I don't know if I get any street cred for that, but I don't get any street cred.
No, that was both of that was like no. Yeah.
Right on that note, Bentham, what announcements do we have to go over?
I like the chat thing of like, did Parent just get mugged or recruited to a cult? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe both.
Porque no los dos. Yeah, that's true.
The announcements. There was no spoilers today, but the monthly recap, the admin recap for May has been recorded and it will be coming out tomorrow, so you can check that out on the Patreon. And plenty more Ascension lore goodies coming, including, of course, the summary of everything from this floor of the tower. So, like all the behind the scenes conditions and exactly how the mechanics all fit together, including the bits we didn't do in the rooms.
And you can run through the tower yourself with your own group, as we've seen some people have.
And you implement your players with the spinning wheel room. It went well for us, but it probably won't for someone else.
True.
We got lucky. We literally got very lucky there. Yep.
Also, then, like, I can't help but notice that there are less rocks than there are options on the wheel, meaning you could potentially never be able to escape the room.
Excellent.
You also didn't notice that one of the rocks doesn't actually activate the thing it lands on. So in theory, you can use it to block off a bad option.
Oh.
Ah.
If you'd have inspected it, the runes on it weren't lit. So all the other ones had little runes on them, but that one didn't.
He's like, I had all this stuff.
See,
in this
there
I
you
had
go.
all this stuff. I spent time with my favorite
there's
room.
a fantastic example of the secret extra things you might find in the lore notes.
No,
Yeah.
you had to know the moment that you had high hopes for it, that you'd be cursed by hubris, that is the one thing that we would just not enter somehow. Like, we're just like, you know what? Just forget the Wandering Tower. We're just going to go and
Live our
no.
life.
Yeah.
We're going to start a band. I'm going to
We'll try it
carry
again
the
later.
Stuff. Yeah.
Right. That's the announcement. So let's go through everyone and where you can find them until next week. Let's start off with Mike. Who are you? What are you doing? Where can we find you?
You could find me on the social medias, Mike Harris, HARACZ, just like it sounds. This week, I think I'm on Hardcore Mini Golf with the Rooster Teeth folks, so you can watch me play mini golf as an angry chef character. Big stretch. And then you could find me on YouTube at Chef Mike Does Stuff, where I make super simple cooking videos. I just did cheddar and chive scones, which turned out
It looks
very
so
tasty.
good. I watched the video.
Super easy to make. Everybody can do it. So that's it.
Okay. Dave, what about you?
B. Dave Walters, I say words about things. You can find me literally 7 days a week somewhere doing something. D&D Live is on right now. Our reality role play is happening. We're going to have our first trial here in I think about 2 hours, so I probably should pop over and make sure I'm not about to be executed. But yeah, follow along on the socials and on Instagram. And so reality RP and then a dot, and then we've all got our names and our videos and the things we're doing.
Okay. Bentham.
Hello, I'm Bentham. I have a YouTube channel called Magport Gaming for reasons that I regret every day. But you can find me playing games over there, like lots of Terraria on Saturdays right now. We're very addicted to continuing that multiplayer with the Saturday gang. And also the VODs for the Tuesday, I was going to say Dark Heresy, Black Crusade, Chaos Lost Show also go up on my channel at random times, depending on when I get. Don't you look at me like that. You take forever to give me the damn VODs, so it takes ages to put them up. So it works.
Oh, roll for intimidation.
I'm going to throw that shade right back.
I'm sorry, you're how many episodes behind? 15?
2.
2.
We haven't done 15.
Dude, I don't know. I have like PTSD from
I
the
know.
series.
It's an RPG in 2020. It feels like it's been going for all of
It
time.
is the RPG of 2020, yeah.
Time is a flat circle.
Very chaotic. It's just like every episode is what now? What's happening next? Help. Yeah, that's what I'm up to.
Okay, what about you, Maggie?
You can find me at Margaret Crone because I am Margaret Crone. I let you know when I'm doing stuff on the internet, on Twitter and Facebook, so you can check that out. And if you're interested in food, I do stuff on Instagram, and sometimes I stream on my own channel. But yeah, I do a lot of tabletop stuff right here on Roll4it. So definitely, if you subscribe here, follow here, you're supporting me in one way or another. And of course, during my daytime, I work for a video game company where I make, guess what? Video games. I'm currently working on a project called Ashes of Creation, if you want to check that out. And that's all I got. I got some other stuff happening soon too, so stay tuned. But what about you, illustrious dungeon master, Enter Elysium?
Oh, God. YouTube.com/Enter Elysium, where I have videos that have been a few days off, but should be beginning again sometime soon. And also Twitch.tv/Enter Elysium, where I stream at some point. I don't know when, but I do also have a Benson said Chaos Lost comedy RPG show on Tuesdays. That's it. Let's have a look at tips.
Tips.
We need a cooking collab at some point.
Yes,
I was gonna say.
I'm
I was about
so
to say
down.
we need to get one bit every time we fail a roll. You know, it's a penny, folks. we would pay
The penny
for a
bits.
number of technological upgrades at
Oh
a
my
penny
gosh.
every time we failed something. Yes.
Finley Shards, $50. And I'm going to do the voice with one of Maggie's family. Another fantastic episode that didn't have any innuendo in it at all. Thanks to the amazing cast, loving your characters more and more every week. And thank you to E for more interesting rooms, great NPCs, and for creating this fantastic world. Finley Shards, thank you very much, Finley Shards. Thank you so much. Runs in, hugs, hits Finley Shards over the head, all the stuff. Thank you very much, Finley Shards. And that is it for the tips for today. So I think on that note, we're going to go do an after show. Thank you.
Well, we're definitely going to talk about EE and how he brought my family to life. That's for sure, because that was amazing. I loved it so much.
I love the conveyor belt of family members. That was fun.
People are like, how big is this family? You haven't even met them all yet. All right.
But I mean, they're very small, so you can stack a lot of them in there. It's fine.
That's true. See y'all next week. And Saturday, if you're tuning in, if you want to watch more action, we're going to have Vampire the Masquerade, so definitely come tune in.
And then on Sunday, we have Apocalypse World, Maggie GMing, Don the others. They're were shots.
Bye.
There are no were sharks. It's a lie.
They're coming.
With lasers.
See?